My name is Niger Figer, and they call me the one-hit wonder. Because after one hit, you're gonna wonder why you stepped in the ring with me. One hit will make you wonder.
Niger Figer, a man with all the potential in the world. Niger Figer, folks, get ready. We've been scouting this guy for a long time, trying to sign him to Victory Road Wrestling, and it's fantastic that he finally signed. This guy has so much potential. He has all the potential in the world, and I really see this man becoming a future star. His opponent, Gene Rick. Here's another guy with all the potential in the world. The only thing that he's lacking is personality. He's just so Gene Rick.
Niger Figer, before this match begins, I just want to say, may the best man win.
There's an example of what I was talking about. Gene Rick just so down. He's like, when you order something, you get the basic package or the premium package. Gene Rick is the basic package. He has every single tool you need to make it to this company, but he doesn't have that little zest to him, folks. He's too facing off. With that said, don't take Gene Rick lightly. Very technical in the ring. He has impressive work rates. That's what a lot of people look for. He has the most work rates in this company, and I don't say that about anybody. Niger Figer taunting Gene Rick. A hip toss by Niger Figer, beautifully done. Look at Niger Figer. Look at that body. Look at the charisma. He just oozes charisma. Niger Figer is the kind of person that I look at and I see dollar signs. I see all the potential. He could make this company billions of dollars. Another hip toss by Niger Figer, increasing the level of psychology in this match. The first cover of this match, and it's only a 2 count. Gene Rick, believe me, he's all about psychology. He's all about rest holds. He's all about arm bars. Gene Rick is the ultimate professional wrestler. He wrestles. Look at him. He thinks about every move that he does. He's not here to entertain. He's the kind of guy, and he's going for a pin. Only managing to acquire a 2 count is Gene Rick. Gene Rick, nothing special. He's your typical everyday wrestler. When all the boys are outside partying, having a good time, he's in his house studying old tapes, making sure he improves his craft. Look at this. This is what Gene Rick does best. A headlock. Nobody cinches in a headlock quite like Gene Rick. This is what he loves to do. This is how he derives pleasure. Putting his opponent's head between his arms and squeezing it like a breast. A bulldog by Gene Rick. Driving Niger Figer's head. Look at Gene Rick, no wasted motion. Goes straight into a sleeper. Niger Figer, last night, I don't blame him with his handsome looks, was partying last night, getting ready for this episode. He may have partied a little bit too much because Gene Rick is getting the best of him. A 2 count by Gene Rick. You see, Gene Rick knew that he wasn't going to be able to pin Niger Figer and get the victory. He's just trying to wear out his opponent. Gene Rick is very intelligent in that ring. What he lacks for in personality and charisma, he more than makes up for in the ring, and that's why I like him. Against the ropes, a head and arm. When I interviewed Gene Rick, the interview was just so dreadful. I almost didn't hire him, but my friend told me, hey, you gotta watch this guy in the ring. And I said, oh, this guy is not so bad, so it must have been very hard for him to get a corporate job. He has no personality whatsoever. And I'm not saying this to insult him, I just want him to improve. Niger Figer throwing Gene Rick onto the rails and now onto the apron. Niger Figer, if you were a betting man, you would bet on Niger Figer to win this match. But please don't bet, because that's illegal. A spine buster right onto the floor. Just imagine the amount of pain that Gene Rick's spine is in at this current moment. If you've ever been in this sport, you know exactly what he's feeling. That tingly feeling in his spine, and it's gonna be smart if Niger Figer takes advantage of that predicament. Going for the pin at this moment, and only acquiring a 2 count. Some elbows by Niger Figer, driving his elbow into the lower regions of Gene Rick. And I believe that's his 10th elbow. Niger Figer going for an 11th elbow. Can you imagine 11 elbows to the abdomen? It's gonna be over. Just a 2 count. Niger Figer kicking it into 3rd gear. A back suplex reversed into a headlock. When Gene Rick puts you in a headlock, you're not getting out until he tells you you're getting out. Gene Rick, the crowd was so excited, and now the crowd has kind of toned down. That's the effect that Gene Rick has on the fanatics. We call it negative charisma in the locker room, transitioning it into a bulldog. But it's not about entertaining the people for Gene Rick as he goes for the pin. It's about getting victories. Look at Gene Rick. Not even taunting or anything, just standing there, void of any personality or soul. Niger Figer, a DDT driving Gene Rick's bald head into the canvas. And he's doing the smart thing by taking advantage. But only acquiring, not even getting a 3 count there. Niger Figer, beautiful drop kick. Niger Figer gives some of the most beautiful drop kicks I've ever seen. Irish whip against the ropes, another drop kick. Picture perfect. The ladies just screaming. You should see Niger Figer on tour. The ladies just love him. And this is what I like about Niger Figer, getting the crowd involved in this match. I've never seen anyone have such an impressive debut the way that Niger Figer is. He is going to make this company a lot of money as long as he keeps it up. And Niger Figer giving Gene Rick a little test of his own medicine with that headlock, but quickly getting out of that headlock because he finds it to be boring. A hip toss. Niger Figer, the crowd just loves him. Look at him. He's getting fired up right now. And Niger Figer with the typical African American finisher there, knocking out Gene Rick, and he needs to go for the cover. What is he doing? And Gene Rick taking advantage of Niger Figer's silly mistake. 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen, Gene Rick has done it. He's pulled, well, not really an upset because these two were even, but Gene Rick has certainly upset Niger Figer. Let me show you why. Niger Figer could have finished off Gene Rick, but he made a mistake of not covering his opponent, and Gene Rick has taken full advantage of that situation. What a match. I hope to see more from these two. And folks, don't forget the main event, Boron Stone defending the Zimbabwean title against Pharaoh Pharisee. At this moment, let's speak to Boron Stone.
I have never laughed as hysterically as I did a few moments ago when I found out that on the main event I'm gonna take on Pharaoh Pharisee. See, when I go home I'm gonna be a little bit disappointed. The dishes aren't gonna be done, my laundry's not gonna be folded, and dinner is not gonna be ready. Pharaoh Pharisee, you stepped out of line. You aren't doing your womanly duties. But don't worry, Pharaoh Pharisee. I'm gonna punish you in the bedroom when you... Who the hell do you think you are, young man? Get out of my sight. I'm busy right now. You are not worthy to be in the same vicinity as the Victory Road Wrestling Zimbabwean champion. You will never have the opportunity to feel the power of the Boron Bomb.
Silence and bow down to your master and terrestrial being, Zedder.
Entering the ring at this time, Zedder. He was flanked by his slaves. Zedder coming from a far-off galaxy. There's one of his slaves praising Zedder. That slave is named Ron Reynolds. His other slave goes by the name Pellicool. Zedder could make history and become the first ever galactic champion. In his way, the ladies' man, Mark Mercutio, but Zedder, not even letting Mark Mercutio get in the ring, Zedder wants to get the galactic title as soon as possible. Remember when we opened the show, I announced that we've introduced two new titles, the tandem titles and the title that will be given. What the hell am I saying? Okay, so let me start that again. I introduced the tandem titles and the galactic title. This match is going to crown the first ever galactic champion. Zedder from a distant galaxy where slavery is still legal. We do not condone racism or slavery, folks, but we need to be tolerant of other people's cultures. I don't want people telling me that I'm racist, okay? Because I do not share Zedder's opinion. Zedder comes from another culture and I respect other cultures. Look at Zedder, upset with the referee. Just imagine if you're a referee and Zedder just looks at you like that. You are sure to swell your pants. Zedder is making me stumble. He's so intimidating. The size of Zedder is quite impressive. Mark Mercutio showing no intimidation right now as he drives Zedder's head into the canvas. Mark Mercutio is filled with that youthful energy. He's hungry to make it to the top. He wants to make a name for himself, and where better than the top wrestling league in the galaxy, Victory Road Wrestling, as he delivers that cartwheel kick onto Zedder. The obvious size advantage is displayed here as Zedder is the much bigger man. Apparently his race is able to develop muscle at a much faster rate. Mark Mercutio, a man who likes to go high risk with a Hurricanrana. Nicely done by Mark Mercutio from the top of the rope. Beautiful. Nice execution. But only acquiring a 2 count. Zedder has got those muscles, protecting him from feeling pain. Mark Mercutio at the top of the rope, but Zedder, ladies and gentlemen, with impressive timing, catching Mark Mercutio in mid-air, delivering that belly to belly. And just like that, we have crowned the first ever galactic champion, Zedder. Let's see that again. Mark Mercutio getting some momentum, but Zedder using his momentum against him with that belly-to-belly suplex. Ladies and gentlemen, from a distant galaxy, the new and first galactic champion, Zedder. Ladies and gentlemen, on the last episode, Tybalt and Victor faced each other off in a hardcore match. Tybalt taking the ultimate risk, delivering a 450 splash from the top of the rafters. But what people are talking about is the fact that Eccentric got involved in the match, costing Tybalt a victory. And folks, I'm being told that up next, Victor and Eccentric are going to explain their union.